Hare Krishna. Om Adhyanagadhyanagadhyanagadhyanagadhyanagadhyanagadhyanagadhyanagadhyanagadhyanagadhyanagadhyanagadhyanagadhyanagadhyanagadhyanagadhyanagadhyanagadhyanagadhyanagadhyanagadhyanagadhyanagadhyanagadhyanagadhyanagadhyanagadhyanagadhyanagadhyanagadhyanagadhyanagadhyanagadhyanagadhyanagadhyanagadhyanagadhyanagadhyanagadhyanagadhyanagadhyanagadhyanagadhyanagadhyanagadhyanagadhyanagadhyanagadhyanagadhyanagadhyanagadhyanagadhyanagadhyanagadhyanagadhyanagadhyanagadhyanagadhyanagadhyanagadhyanagadhyanagadhyanagadhyanagadhyanagadhyanagadhyanagadhyanagadhyanagadhyanagadhyanagadhyanagadhyanagadhyanagadhyanagadhyanagadhyanagadhyanagadhyanagadhyanagadhyanagadhyanagadhyanagadhyanagadhyanagadhyanagadhyanagadhyanagadhyanagadhyanagadhyanagadhyanagadhyanagadhyanagadhyanagadhyanagadhyanagadhyanagadhyanagadhyanagadhyanagadhyanagadhyanagadhyanagadhyanagadhyanagadhyanagadhyanagadhyanagadhyanagadhyanagadhyanagadhyanagadhyanagadhyanagadhyanagadhyanagadhyanagadhyanagadhyanagadhyanagadhyanagadhyanagadhyanagadhyanagadhyanagadhyanagadhy Namo Vishnupadaya Radhikaye Priyatmane Shri Srimad Bhakti-Vidanta Narayana Dinamine Shri Krishna Lila Kathane Suraksham Avdar Madhurya Guneshi Uttam Varam Varenyam Purusham Mahantam Narayanam Tam Shirasa Namami. Namo Mahavadanyaya Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namne Gauratvishe Namaha. He Krishna Karuna Sindho Deenabandho Jagatpate Gopesh Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanjana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanusute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Jetam Sadatur Pangur Mama Manda Matirgati Masaro Sapadam Bhujau Radha Madano Mano Divyad Vrindaranya Kalpadramada Srimad Ratnakara Simhasanastau Shri Radha Shri Govinda Devo Presthalivi Sevamanam Smarami Shri Mandrasarasaram Devam Shri Vakatatasthita Karshanaya Shanaya Gopi Gopinath Shri Sunaha Om Vrindaye Tulsi Devyai Priyai Keshavasya Krishna Bhakti Prade Devi Satyavatyai Namo Namah Pancharatvatmakam Krishnam Bhakta Rupa Swarupakam Bhaktavataram Bhaktakyam Namami Bhakta Shaktikam Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Sarvatam, first of all, offer my millions of obeisances to lotus feet of Asmati Guru Pad Padma, Nitila Preshta Jagat Guru Shri Srimad Bhakti-Vidanta Narayana Goswami Maharaj, then offer obeisances to lotus feet of Kiranti Sannyasi Shri Srimad Radha Reddy Maharaj Ji, Namnishta Santa Shri Aniruddhas Prabhu Ji, all Vaishnavas and Vaishnavis who are gathered here, please accept my humble obeisances. So, we're going to begin today our class on Chaitanya Caritamrta. Chaitanya Caritamrta is the next of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's pastimes. There are many authors who have written the life history of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and most prominent among them is Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami. He explained Siddhanta very nicely. Siddhanta Badiya Chitte Na Karadasa Iha Iti Krishna Lagi Sudrida Manasa. We should take the truths of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu Krishna properly. If we don't understand Siddhanta, then we might deviate from the path. And there are a lot of people, they got deviated in India. They are very learned, but they got deviated. For example, in this book, character of Prakashana Saraswati will come and Prabhavanda Saraswati will also come. Prabhavanda Saraswati Pad was born in Srirangam. He was the uncle of Gopal Bhatta Goswami. He was a Shri Vaishnava, but by Mahaprabhu's Gaudiya Vaishnava. He is in Chaitanya, in Gauragada Desha Deepika, he has been described as Punga Vidyasaki's incarnation. Prakashana Saraswati was actually a staunch Mayavadi. Mahaprabhu rectified him when he visited Kashi and he became also a devotee of Krishna. But Prakashananda and Prabhavananda are two different sannyasis. Prabhavananda Saraswati was Vaishnava from the beginning till end. Prakashananda was Ekadandi sannyasi, a monist, staunch monist, and by mercy of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he became a Vaishnava. But a lot of people, they confuse between these two. And they say both are one. So you see that how people become deluded. So there are many such misconceptions going on. So that's why we should try to understand the Siddhanta properly. So in this particular verse is today the four mellows are described. Dasya Sakhya Vatsalya Shrungara Chari Ras Chari Bhaver Bhakta Jata Natara Vasha. Actually there are five mellows, but here food of mention. Because in Vrindavan, mood of neutrality is practically absent. Either only four mellows are more or less present. So here Dasya means servitorship. So servitorship is actually very much prominent in Vaikuntha. Bhavanta Nevana Charantanta Nishesha Manorathantara Kadaham Ekantika Nitya Kinkara Saharshishami Sanat Jivitam. In future, Rayaraman Samad, this verse will come. And, oh Lord, when will I become successful? When will I become your servant and fit? So, in this particular, this verse from Stotra Ratna of Yamunacharya is quoted here. Yamunacharya was who? Yamunacharya, his grandfather actually went to Vrindavan, and when he saw Jamuna Devi, then he said, "Oh, if I have a grandson, I will name him after Jamuna." Then he had a grandson and he named him after Jamuna, so his name was Jamunacharya. And Ramanujacharya and Jamunacharya never met each other. Yamunacharya was actually Alabandru. He was a Vaishnava, but he happened to become a king. Then he became kind of entangled in the activities of a king. Later on, some Vaishnava showed mercy to him and again engaged him in the service of Lord Ranganath. So Yamunacharya again started his devotional activity, which had stopped because of handling the position of a king. But Yamunacharya, when he left the world, his three fingers were closed. And Ramanujacharya understood why these three fingers are closed and he expressed his desire that he will write commentary on Vedanta Sutra, he will preach the Sri Sampradaya there, and he will accept sannyas. So all the desires which Yamunacharya had, Ramanujacharya took the vow to fulfill them, and then the three fingers which were closed in Yamunacharya's hand opened here. So Yamunacharya has written this wonderful verse about Dasya. When shall I feel joyful to have such a fitting master as you? Who is the most fitting master? In this material world, we see that everyone is trying to be a master, no one wants to be a servant. And most of the masters, they are also very cruel. Understand? You'll see that in material world, you may have worked for a company for a long time, and then they will sack you. They will sack you. This has been happening in so many big companies like Twitter and Facebook. So when they feel any financial crunch, they sack you. You may be on a bike and you'll get a message from your CEO that you are fired. Understand? You don't have to come also to the office. On the way, you will get a message like that. So you'll see that there is no mercy in this world. But Krishna will never fire you. He will never retrench you. He will never sack you. Bhavantam emanu charam nirantara prashanta nishesha manorathantara kadaham ekantika nitya kinkara spraharshisham sanatani. By serving you constantly, one is freed from all material desires and is completely pacified. When shall I engage as your permanent eternal servant and always feel joyful to have such a fitting master? Then you'll see that Hanuman is always very happy because he has received a master like Lord Ramchandra, who is very affectionate and kind. Prahlad is very happy. Uddhav is very happy. Akrura is very happy. But especially in Braj, Raktak Patrak are very, very happy to have a master like Sri Krishna. What to speak of Raktak Patrak? Everyone in Braj is actually servant of Krishna. Nanda Maharaj and Yashoda also servants of Krishna. Servant has met servant of Krishna. But as per Rasa, Nanda Maharaj is more in a parental affection melo. Although in constitutional position of Nanda Maharaj and Yashoda and everybody is to be servant of Krishna. So the second melo is actually talking about his melo of friendship, Sakhya. This is a higher melo. This melo was seen partially in, Sugriv and Ramchandra. Sugriv was a friend of Ramchandra. This also was seen in Bibhishan and Ramchandra. But more or less in Ayodhya or in Dwarka, actually there is no pure Sakhya. Even Arjuna's Sakhya towards Krishna vanished when he saw the universal form. That Sakhya is mixed with mood of awe and reverence. There is no pure Sakhya. But the Sakhya of Braja, the Sakhya of the Brajavasis, Shidam, Dam, Vasudam, So Krishna, Brahma, Kokil, is so free from mood of awe and reverence. It is completely human-like and sweet Sakhya and friendship. Now the third melo is talking about is Vatsalya, the parental affection. Devaki also had parental affection for Krishna, but when she saw him manifesting before her in four-arm form, she thought that he is the master and she is the servant. For some time, when she saw the four-arm form of Krishna, she lost that mood that he is my son. But when he again became a baby, then she again began to think that he is my son. Means her mood is also mixed with mood of honor and reverence. There is no pure Vatsalya or pure parental affection in Mathura or Dwarka, or what to speak in Ayodhya or Vaikuntha. In Vaikuntha, actually, Krishna is no mother and no father. So who will he bow down to? He doesn't have to bow down to anyone because there is no mother and no father. So when Narasimhadev actually saw Prahlad Maharaj and he kept Prahlad in his lap and caressed him and licked his body like a lion or lioness will lick the body of her cubs or his cubs. So like that time Lord thought, oh, I have no mother, no father. Prahlad has, I'm like father to Prahlad, but actually I have no mother, father. I will start accepting mother and father. So later, next incarnations, he started accepting mother and father. Previous to that, he did not used to accept mother and father. And then Shrungar is the topmost level. The Shrungar is conjugal love. Now, conjugal love is the topmost place for Shrungar Ras is actually Vrindavan. Like Gurudev was talking about how Shrungar what Krishna decorated to the braid of Radharani. And then Krishna had vanished from Raslila along with Radharani. Because Gurudev was telling that when Raslila was going on, Krishna was dancing very fast. Some people say that there were billions of gopis and Krishna was dancing with them and Krishna expanded in billion forms and danced with each gopi. Then Srila Vishwanath Thakur Pad would say that this is a mood of awe and reverence. This cannot be applicable to Braj. If Krishna would manifest millions and billions of forms to dance with gopis, then what is the difference between Braj Lila and Vaikuntha Lila or Dwarka Lila? So therefore Krishna did not manifest millions of forms to dance with millions of gopis. He rather danced so swiftly, so fast, and that it appeared that there were billions of Krishna, but there was only one Krishna. For example, you take, Gurudev telling that you take a tip of a incense stick and then you revolve it very swiftly, then you'll see that it is forming a fiery circle. So like that, Krishna was dancing very, very fast, billions of gopis, and it appeared that there were many Krishnas, but actually there was only one Krishna. And each gopi thought that Krishna is dancing with me only. But when Radharani saw that he is dancing with all the gopis, and not only with me, but with all the gopis, other gopis did not see Krishna dancing with other gopis. But Radharani saw that he was dancing with every single gopi. And she developed man, and all the other gopis had developed very fortunate called Saubhagyaman. So in order to remove the pride in the heart of other gopis and to quench the passionate anger or called mana, sulky mood of Radharani, Krishna disappeared from there. First Radharani left and behind that Krishna also disappeared from there. Then all the gopis started searching for Krishna. They didn't know that he has taken Radharani. So then they came at Shrungarvat, they saw the footprints of Krishna and one gopi, and then the party of Radharani, the members of Radharani's party, they realized that it is the footprints of Radharani. So you cannot see these pastimes even in Vaikuntha, not in Ayodhya, not in. These melos are very much prominently present in Vrindavan. So here it is said that Chari, four, Bhavera of sentiments of the devotees, Jata, as many as there are, Krishna Lord, Krishna, Tara, Dev, Vasha, subdued. Servitude, Dasya, friendship, Sakhya, parental affection, Vatsalya, and Sankalpa Shringar are the four transcendental melos, rasas. By the devotees who cherish these four melos, Lord Krishna is subdued. Now they can control Krishna. No doubt that Rasapatra can control Krishna. More Daman, Vasudaman, Brahma Kumpi, they can control Krishna. More and more Yashoda and Nandamana control Krishna. then Radharani will control over the most. So everyone can control Krishna. All the members of these four mellows, all the those who practice these four mellows, they can control Krishna, but most control from Shungaras, and among them also Radharani. Dasya, Sakya, Vatsalya and Shungar are the transcendental modes of loving service to the Lord. Shantaras, the neutral stage, is not mentioned in this verse because although in Shantaras one considers the absolute truth, the sublime great, one does not go beyond the conception. Shantaras is a very, very grand idea for materialistic philosophers, but such idealistic appreciation is only the beginning. It is the lowest among the relationships in the spiritual world. Shantaras is not given such importance because as soon as there is a slight understanding between the knower and the known, active knowing, active loving transcendental reciprocation and exchanges begin. Dasya is the basic relationship between Krishna and his devotees. Therefore, this verse considers Dasya the first stage of transcendental devotion. Meaning, Dasya, the service begins, like Hanuman. He is massaging the lotus feet of Lord Ramchandra, he is carrying Lord Ramchandra on his shoulder. He is helping Ramchandra in so many ways, massaging his feet, bringing him water, bringing him food, fruit, everything. When Lakshmana has fallen unconscious, he is going and bringing the herbs and medicines which the doctor of Ravan had prescribed. But when he could not find those herbs, he brought the entire mountain. Only Hanuman can do like this. Understand? So many sevas. This is the basic relationship. The first relationship is Dasyavas. Understand? But Hanuman, he cannot sit on the same bed with Ramchandra, or he cannot put his hand on the shoulder of Ramchandra like this. Not possible. That will be possible only in Sakhyaras. So, Dasa Sakha Pita Mata Kanta Gunalaya Vraja Kare Krishna Prema Avishtaya. Dasa means servants. Sakha means friends. Pita Mata, father and mother. Kanta Guna, lovers. Laya, king, Vraja in Vraja, Kridakari, plays, Krishna, Lord Krishna, Prema Avishta, absorbed in love, Haya, being. Absorbed in such transcendental love, Lord Sri Krishna enjoys in Vraja with his devoted servants, friends, parents, and conjugal lovers. Purport. The descent of Sri Krishna, the absolute personality of God, it is very purposeful. In Bhagavad Gita, it is said that when the truth about descent and his various activities is at once liberated and does not have to fall again to this existence of earth and leaves his present material body. So this verse is actually 911. Janma karma chamaya, some other verse. Janma karma chamaya divyam evam yo veti tatvataha tattva deham punar janma naiti mahameti swarjuna. So this particular verse is a very important verse. So Krishna is telling, Janma karma chamaya divyam evam yo veti tatvataha tattva deham punar janma naiti mahameti swarjuna. Oh, Arjuna, my birth and activity are transcendental. This is 4th chapter, 9th verse. Another birth after giving up the breath body. He suddenly attends me. So actually, it is a great relief actually. When we hear about the birth and pastimes of Sri Krishna from the lips of Gurudev, Vaishnavas, then we become free from this present body. No more birth. What a great relief actually. Because you see that this body is really very painful. Understand? This body is very, very painful. And any organ that is damaged gives so much pain. Like, and you don't know when the danger is going to come. Any moment danger can strike. Like last night I had some toothache. My own mistake, eating something wrong. I developed some toothache. And then I realized that this body is actually is a very dangerous body. Any nerve pain or something, toothache I had, I realized this body is very, very painful. Obviously, by Krishna's mercy, I took some medication, some Ayurvedic herbal medicines, and I felt better, much better. I'm in a position to give class. But last night, Oh, I could not have spoken at all. It was such throbbing pain. So you see that this is the problem. This is also the problem. Actually, the Vaishnava's body is transcendental. But you see sometimes that a Vaishnava also exhibit a pastime of being sick. Uh, what happens actually that we do commit some offenses. We do commit some offenses to Gurudev, Vaishnavas. So now, if they don't forgive us or they don't give us a chance to serve, then we'll have to suffer for those offenses in so many lifetimes. What Gurudev does, he enacts the pastime of being sick. Although his body is transcendental, he'll enact the pastime of being sick. And when he enacts the pastime of being sick, we get a chance to serve Gurudev. And whenever Gurudev is sick, then we'll do some of the things. I remember when our Gurudev was sick, Sripad Maharaj took one healer. When Mataji was there, she took and she did some healing on Gurudev. And then she got a chance to be very close to Gurudev because she was using her healing energy. Then Maharaj arranged some medicines, this, that, Everyone was praying, we were doing kirtan for Gurudev's recovery. So many devotees came from China and hours they were doing kirtan like that. Same thing also in Bhakti-Vidanta Vishnu Maharaj also his biography. I was hearing Sripad Bhakti-Vidanta Maharaj has read it, the biography written by Srila Bhakti-Vidanta Maharaj. In that also, when Srila Bhakti-Vidanta Vishnu Maharaj was sick, all the Vaishnavas, they were doing continuous kirtan. They admitted him to the hospital also. They did so much seva to him. Understand? So when we see that our Gurudev is sick, we do seva to him and become free from the offenses which we are committed at his lotus feet, knowingly or unknowingly. Actually, Vaishnava's body is completely transcendental. For example, Srila Bhakti-Vedanta Goswami Maharaj left the body, and then some Vaishnava came and touched the body of Srila Bhakti-Vedanta Goswami Maharaj, and he said, "Oh, this body is warm. How can we give samadhi to this body? Because are we not giving samadhi to a living person?" Means his body was completely warm like a living person. Then the body becomes cold after death. Understand? But so because the Vaishnava's body is completely transcendental. Understand? So that's why these Vaishnavas, they have come to this world to give us relief. And actually, when Srila Bhakti-Vedanta Goswami Maharaj asked Srila Bhakti-Gyan Bharati Maharaj, will you start giving initiation? Then he said that to give initiation, you have to have compassion like Vasudev Datta, or you have to have compassion like Sri Prahlad Maharaj. When Prahlad Maharaj prayed to Sri, "Oh Lord, give me the sins of all the Vaishnavas in all the world. Let me suffer in the hell on their behalf, but free them from their sinful reactions and liberate them." Such compassion Prahlad experienced. And also Vasudev Datta, he also prayed to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu that let me suffer on the behalf of all the living entities in the world and let me be tormented in the hell for eternity, but don't give torture to the living entities. Give their sins to me and let me suffer on their behalf. This is called compassion. Understand? It's called compassion. Like Lord Jesus Christ also said, that I will, oh Lord, forgive them. He forgive them. When he saw that Judas had betrayed him, then he did not take revenge upon him. Understand? But rather he prayed actually for them. Like actually, not many people could recognize Krishna, but Krishna Maharaj talks about this. Krishna himself came and went unrecognized by many. When Lord Krishna came, how many people recognized him? Even today, there is a big section of people in the world, they say that Krishna is not God. And then they say that he was hit by an arrow of a hunter and he died like that. Even today, many people don't accept Krishna as God. So in the case of Jesus also, we find that Judas, one of his 12 disciples, was a traitor. Jesus said, disappointed, the one who will betray me is among the 12 of you. So should we think that because we have come to a great man, now we have attained everything, devoured everything? It is not such an easy thing. We have only a slight connection with the infinite and we have to progress with that capital. To think that we have attained everything is rather the opposite feeling. One who is approaching towards the infinite will see more and more that he is nowhere. Symptoms will be the opposite. So you'll see that the Vaishnavas are full of compassion. They are only mercy. And everything they do about is mercy, actually. Now you'll see that Sripad Maharaj always serving the cows. Not many people are willing to serve the cows. Understand? Like Sripad Bhakti-Vidanta Maharaj. His name was actually Narottam Brahmachari. So one time, Bhakti Kamal Madhusan Maharaj came to their mat, Chaitanya Gaudiya Mat in, I think, Mayapur. And there he saw all the cows were looking very bright, very shiny. And they came from grazing and then immediately they surrounded Narottam Brahmachari. Then he asked one Brahmachari that why these cows are looking so bright? Who's cleaning them and bathing them every day? They said that Narottam Brahmachari is doing that. And that's why they are all attached to him and they're surrounding him now. He is taking very nice care of the cows. So then Bhakti Kamal Madhusan Maharaj, who himself was born in a Brahmin family, he asked Narottam Brahmachari that, what is your name? Then he said, my name is Narottam Brahmachari. That is Bhakti Gyan Bharati Maharaj before sannyas. Then he said, no, I want to know your Karmi name. I want to know your name. Means when you are in family life, what was your name? Then he said, my name was Narottam Chakravarti. Then he said, oh, they are from Brahmin family. That's why you are taking such nice care of cows. You are from a good family. He said, one of my disciples, he thinks that taking care of cows is low class. He said, I am Brahmachari, I will take care of Thakurji. Why cows? But he doesn't understand the cows are also very dear to Krishna. If we serve the cows, Krishna will be pleased. Then you see that Bhakti Gyan Bharati Maharaj, what he used to do? He used to bring a light soap and then he used to bathe the cows with that. And he used to feed them nice foodstuffs. And once Bhakti-Vidanta Maharaj came and he saw the cows and they were looking very attractive and they all surrounded Narottam Brahmachari. Then he asked, who's taking care of the cows? They said, Narottam Brahmachari is taking care of the cows. Then he was very pleased. Then he said, bring something for these cows to eat. And then Narottam Brahmachari went to the garden and brought some guavas. And the guavas he gave to cows and cows ate them happily. Bhakti-Vidanta Maharaj put the guavas, ripe guavas before the cows. Cows ate them happily. Then he said, take 10 rupees and bring some mustard cakes. And generally mustard seeds are pulverized and oil is extracted from them. Then what remains is eatable by the cows. These mustard cakes, mustard seed cakes are very much palatable for the cows. And then he said, purchase 10 rupees and feed these cows. He was very happy by that service. So, very, very important that we take care of the cows. Understand? So, Sripad Dandi Maharaj also, he takes care of cows very nicely. This is very pleasing to Lord Krishna, no doubt about it. But not many people understand. They only want to serve the meat, is not cows. So here, but in the lives of Srila Bhakti-Vedanta Madhava Goswami Maharaj, Bhakti Gyan Bharati Goswami Maharaj, Sripad Dandi Maharaj, Gurudev, we see that how much they stressed the cows, service to the cows, and importance of the cows for Vedic culture. Understand? So, descent of Sri Krishna, the absolute personality of Godhead, is very purposeful. It is said that one who knows the truth about Krishna's descent and his various activities is at once liberated, not slowly liberated, at once liberated. Tattvadhyam punarjanma. And does not have to fall again to this existence of birth and death after he leaves his present material body. In other words, one who actually understands Krishna makes his life perfect. Imperfect life is realized in material existence, in 5 different relationships. Like you see that now there is one yatra going on in India, Bharat Jodo Yatra. Sri Rahul Gandhi ji has started this yatra against the Modi government and is walking from Kanyakumari to Kashmir. And one man, Mr. Pandey, I think, he was a Brahmin person, he was a member of Congress party. And he was walking with Rahul Gandhi ji and he suddenly collapsed and he left the body in the Bharat Jodo Yatra. So they announced a compensation of 25 lakh lakh rupees per. Mr. Pandey. Mr. Pandey was old actually. But Srila Gurudev told us that Narad Muni has received two boons from Krishna. Once Narad Muni in Brad Bhagavatam, you can read about it. Narad Muni told Krishna, please give me two boons. So Krishna said, what boons you want? The first boon is that anyone will visit Brajamandal Parikrama and visit your places of pastimes like Nandagaon, Barsana, Kadiyadaha, Hadumandal, Mansarovar, then he will receive Krishna Prem. And also, if anyone will engage in your Nama Sankirtan and hear your Harikatha in those places, he must certainly receive Krishna Prem. So Gurudev said that we have full faith in what boons Narad Muni has received from Krishna. So that's why we should never miss Brajamandal Parikrama or Navadvip Parikrama. Unfortunately, I could not go this time. I had some responsibility, but anyways, my mind was there. And also, Navadvip Parikrama is coming. Navadvip Parikrama is from 1st March to the 9th of March. So Navadvip Parikrama also very excellent. Navadvip is not different from Braja. And Srila Gurudev also used to say that, please come to Navadvip Parikrama and bring along with you 10 persons, 20 persons. Then someone may ask a question that our mutt is very small. How will you accommodate all the persons? Then Gurudev says that the dham is elastic. When the parikrama comes, dham will expand, create more accommodation for devotees to parikrama, and then when the devotees have gone back to their country, it will shrink. So dham is like that. It is like, you have a mosquito net, you open it up, and then you sleep underneath the mosquito net, and then Chinese mosquito net, and then you again fold it and keep it in a corner. So like that, dham is also like that. Dham will expand like this, and again it will shrink like this. Understand? Gurudev was telling like that. So anyways, Gurudev said, we must come to this Navadvip Parikrama. Like one time, Srila Bhakti-Vidanta Madhav Goswami Maharaj went to Golpada. Golpada is the area in Assam. And when he went with their preaching, Srila Bhakti-Gyan Bharati Maharaj was with him. And what happened, that there many people used to come riding a bicycle, 20 kilometers, riding on a bicycle, they used to come to hear Harikatha from Srila Bhakti-Vidanta Madhav Goswami Maharaj. Then Bhakti-Vidanta Madhav Goswami Maharaj told Bhakti-Gyan Bharati Maharaj that, these devotees are cycling 20 kilometers one way, means 30 kilometers back and forth to hear my Harikatha. They should be given some prasada. We should not send them without prasada. So then Bharati Maharaj said, okay, I will arrange everything, and then they started serving prasada. Then Srila Bhakti-Vidanta Madhav Goswami Maharaj made a very prominent statement. He said that any person who comes to hear Harikatha in any part of the world from an elevated Vaishnava, that person gets the same benefit as doing Brajamandal Parikrama. Understand? Because suppose you have Sripad Dandi Maharaj comes to Durban and you go from Marisburg or some place to Durban and you hear his Harikatha, then that commute is as good as Brajamandal Parikrama. Because Tumar Hridaya Sada Govinda Vishnu. Krishna is always at the heart of pure devotees, like Gurudev Sripad Dandi Maharaj. So therefore, to go and see them is like going to Vrindavan, no doubt about it. And they are two Brajavasis, because they have the moods of Braja in their heart, pure moods, understand? So therefore, Sri Bhakti-Vidanta Madhav Goswami Maharaj was very much particular that those who come for hearing Harikatha should be served properly. Srila Bhakti-Vidanta Bharati Maharaj talks about a story that one time in their Gokul Math there was a feast, Mahaprasad feast was there after the end of the Kartik, I think, or maybe during Kartik. Then there was one Pandaji was there, Sonlal Panda. Sonlal Panda, he was very fond of laddus. So he was given 20 laddus. And Sonlal Panda ate 20 laddus. Then Bhakti-Vidanta Madhav Goswami Maharaj told Bharati Maharaj that, you give as many laddus as he can eat. And you should not even ask him. If he finishes, immediately give him. So he was given another 20 laddus. Another 20 laddus, another 20 laddus. There were 80 laddus were given to Sonlal Panda and he ate all of them. But then Bharati Maharaj had to leave the serve prasadam in other halls also. So he went away to serve the prasad at other tents. Sonlal Panda, he lifted his own leaf plate and he was going to drop it in the trash can. He had finished prasadam and he was lifting his own leaf plate. When Srila Bhakti-Vidanta Madhava Goswami Maharaj saw this. He became very angry and he said, "What is this? If there is no servant here, there is no devotee here to lift the leaf plate of Sonlal Panda, he is a Brajavasi, and even in every Indian knows that Atithi Deva Bhava, a guest is always like God. And we have missed great opportunity to serve our guest by, not allowing, by, he lifted his own leaf plate after Prasadam. This is not good. We should, some devotee should have picked up his leaf plate. The Atithi Deva Bhava. Guest is always like God, understand, like Krishna. We treat him on par with Krishna. So Bhakti-Vedanta Madhava Goswami was very angry. But he told Bhakti-Gyan Bharati Maharaj that actually it's not your fault because you are busy in other places. But what are other residents of Matha are doing? So he always said that always be very cordial with the guest and serve them to the best of your ability. Then he instructed also one brahmachari that you should give these pandas of Braja plenty of rice and wheat and other grains and all the grocery supplies. You must supply from them to the mosque as a gift, But this brahmachari was hesitating. This particular brahmachari was hesitating. He used to postpone and he used to not send the grocery supplies to the panda houses. But Bhakti-Vedanta Madhava Goswami Maharaj told a story to this brahmachari. He said there was a man, and he met that man met an astrologer. And that astrologer told him that whatever you do, you will always have 1.5 rupees with you. 1.5 rupees will always be stay with you. How much charity you give, you will always have 1.5 rupees in your pocket. So that particular man gave so much charity, thousands and thousands of rupees of charity, but still he had 1.5 rupees always in his pocket. Then he asked that astrologer, what is this? And he said that actually that money you are giving is not meant for your enjoyment. You could not have enjoyed it. And it is showed in your chart that how much money you give, you will always have 1.5 rupees for you. So that is also our condition. If we give charity, it is, we will always have enough for our own maintenance, no matter what, how much charity we give. So from that time, that brahmachari, he became later to sannyas also. He became very lenient and very generous. He started giving charity as per the desire of Srila Bhakti-Vedanta Madhava Goswami. So Srila Bhakti-Vedanta Madhava Goswami Maharaj had many principles. So one of the two principles were always serve the guest plenty of prasadam and always see what they need. They don't have to tell, oh, give me kachori, give me laddu, give me rasgulla. No. You should look at them, what they are liking, and whatever is finished from them in the liquid, immediately try to serve them. And the second thing was always give charity. So one time in Brajamandal Parikrama, Srila Bhakti-Vedanta Madhava Goswami Maharaj saw that rain was coming, and they had put some tents. So he called Bhakti-Gyan Bharati Maharaj. He said, Bharati Maharaj, that it's raining, please go outside and see the tents, the water is entering. Bharati Maharaj said, impossible. I have made such arrangement that I have dug holes around all the tents that water cannot enter the tents from below. And also top I have put 2 layers so water cannot enter from the top. Bharati Maharaj, but Bhakti Madhava Goswami Maharaj was not satisfied. He said he should personally go with the top and inspect every single tent. Then Bharati Maharaj did that. Then Bharati Maharaj came to Gurudev Madhava Goswami Maharaj. Madhava Gurudev. Actually, all the tents safe, predicted. They said, what about on the roof? Some devotees are sleeping on the roof of the matha. The tents, are they okay? Then now Bhakti-Gyan Bharati Maharaj was in a very big problem because in those tents, Matajis were living. He could not go upstairs in the dark of night. Being a brahmacharya sannyas, he could not go there. But anyways, it was Guru hi Ajna Vicharani, the order of Guru must be followed. So he started going upstairs with a torch. He lit up his torch and he went in, and as he was going upstairs, he saw one brahmachari and he told him, don't worry, I just checked, there is no problem. All Mataji are sleeping peacefully, no rain at all. So he came and he told Bhakti-Vedanta Madhava Goswami Maharaj that actually there is no problem and everyone is sleeping peacefully. Madhava Goswami Maharaj said, yes, these devotees have come for Brajamandal Parikrama. It's our duty and service that they are comforting. So he was very honest person. Srila Bhakti-Vidanta Maharaj had honesty. He never wanted to cheat anyone. One time he took the trip of pilgrimage the devotees to all the places in South North India. And then one Brahmacharya suggested to Srila Bhakti-Vidanta Maharaj that at least 2-3 places like Ujjain and Dakor. Dakor is a place like second Dwarka in Gujarat. Then we will save about 1,000 kilometers of pilgrimage and we will save some money we can use for the construction of the temple or maintenance of the matha. So we'll make some profit. So Srila Bhakti-Vedanta Madhava Goswami said, no, these people are elderly persons. Many of the pilgrims which have joined our party are a little elderly. Householders, this may be their last time in their life they are coming to these places of pilgrimage. We don't want to cheat them and attract their anger or dissent. So let us visit all the places of pilgrimage, even if we don't make any money or we have to spend our from own pocket, even if there is a loss, no harm. But we should not cheat them because they trusted us, they believed us, and they came on pilgrimage with us. So we should not cut short the corners and inconvenience them or anger them. So this is the truthfulness of Srila Bhakti-Vedanta Madhava Goswami. Understand? So here, the descent of Sri Krishna in the absolute personality of God is very purpose. He has come to help us get out of this material world. So imperfect life is realized in material existence. In 5 different relationships we share with everyone within the material world. Neutrality, servitorship, friendship, parental love and amorous love between husband and wife, or lover and beloved. The 5 enjoyable relationships within the material world are perfect reflection of relationships with the absolute personality of Godhead in the transcendental nature. That absolute personality, Sri Krishna, descends to revive the 5 eternally existing relationships. Thus he manifests his transcendental pastimes in Braja so that people may be attracted into that sphere of activities and leave aside their imitation relationships with the mundane. So basically, this is very clearly Swami Maharaj is telling Anugrahaya Bhaktanam Manusham Dhanashritam Bhajante Tadrishi Krida Yashutvatut Puravaris. Why Krishna performs these pastimes? This is the mercy of the devotees. Those who hear these pastimes of Krishna, when he performs on the earth planet, that hearing the pastimes, one is liberated and one will develop Krishna prema. So actually, this is very clearly put in the prayers of Mother Kunti. If you have studied the prayers of Mother Kunti, you'll see that Kunti is asking why Krishna has come to this world. Why he has come. But then she tells maybe he has come to show mercy on Yudhishthira Maharaj, Arjuna, or to me, or to. But then she says that he has come to show mercy to all these Brajavasis, pure devotees. And she was actually apparently present in Braj when Krishna was bound by the ropes. Kunti was present that day. I don't know how, but she was present. And when Krishna was bound by the ropes of Mother Yashoda, she saw how Krishna was crying. How he was crying and how the collyrium from his eyes was rubbing on his cheek. It was mixed with tears, was stuck to his cheeks. And how he was afraid of the stick of Mother Yashoda's hands. Vaktram, so Kunti is telling that was this your acting or was it real crying? So she could not understand. So she's finally telling that, oh, you have come to this world only to show mercy to the pure devotees. By remembering the sweet pastimes, they will be liberated from this world. And so these sweet pastimes of Sri Krishna, especially Rasa Lila, that is the most excellent pastime. And this Rasa Lila also took place in the month of this particular Kartik month, actually. So text 13, Yatheshta Vihari Krishna Kare Antardhan, Antardhana Kari Mane Kare Hanuman. Yatha Ishta, as much as he wishes, Vihari, enjoying Krishna, Lord Krishna, Kare makes Antardhan, his appearance. So here Krishna did Yatha Ishta, as he wished, he performed the pastimes. Srila Bhakti-Vidanta Vishnu Daivata Maharaj in his book, he tells that actually Krishna is the supreme autocrat. Means he has complete freedom to do anything and everything. You know the definition of autocrat. There are so many autocrats are known in the history of the world. Like Hitler, he became an autocrat of Germany. Then also Lenin and Stalin and all, they became autocrats of Russia. Then Mao became an autocrat in China. And then also many Arab Sheikh as they call them, and they are autocratic in Saudi Arabia and other places. An autocrat means he has full freedom. You cannot ask a question. He can do as he likes. But some autocrats are very much crazy. They're very crazy. They know what they do and what they will not do. Now you see that in North Korea also there is an autocrat. What he will do unpredictable. Understand? But Krishna is not merciless autocrat. He is a very merciful autocrat. And second thing is that you should give full control to a person who is intelligent, who is very compassionate, who is very kind and most qualified, and who wishes good for everyone. What is the point in giving freedom to a person who is crazy, who may do damage to others, who has no mercy for others? Giving full freedom to such a person and making him an autocrat is very bad. But rather giving full autocratic powers to Krishna, who is very compassionate, who is very kind, who doesn't want to harm even his enemies, who loves even his enemies, that is good. So we should hand over all the control to that supreme autocrat Krishna. Understand? So, Yatheshta Vihari Krishna Karantara. Krishna performed pastimes with fullest satisfaction and then he disappeared from this world. That will be further described. There are so many wonderful verses in this particular book, Caitanya Caritamrta. And in between some Sanskrit verses are interspersed and some Sanskrit verses are also distributed here and there by Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami. But Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami says that my book has only few Sanskrit verses. There are some books like Srimad Bhagavatam and Krishnamritam, then Krishna Bhavanamrita Mahakavya of Krishna Thakur and also in Nilambar. All books may have so many Sanskrit verses. But my this work is Bengali, it's very easy to understand. Only some verses are explained there. And whenever I quoted a Sanskrit verse, Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami, I also given the parallel Bengali meaning after that, so that people will not miss those who don't know Sanskrit. So that's why this book is very, very helpful. So there he quotes a verse, Vacha Sushta Sharguri Natikala Pragalvaya Radhikam Krida Punjita Lochanam Virchan Agre Sakhinamasu. Tad Vakshor Chitra Kebi Makari Pandita Param Gata Kaishoram Safali Karoti Kalayam Kunji Vyaramari. Then how Krishna is performing sweet pastime with Radharani and this and that. So all these pastimes Krishna performs with Radharani in the sacred groves. And then he disappeared from this world. Antardhana kari mane kare Hanuman. Now Krishna has disappeared from this world, gone back to Golok Vrindavan, and now he is thinking something. Understand? So Lord Krishna enjoys his transcendental pastimes as long as he wishes, and then he disappears. After disappearing, however, he thinks thus. What is Krishna thinking? Chiradara nahi kori prema bhakti dan, bhakti vina jagate nahi avasthan. Actually, that is a club, billionaires club. The billionaires club, Warren Buffett or whatever, George, our Microsoft founder and others, they are actually billionaires club. They have tremendous wealth and they give half of their wealth to charity. So, Krishna is also like that. Krishna relished so much love and affection of the gopis, he experienced everything. But then when he's gone back to Golok, he's thinking that, really speaking, people did not benefit from my Braja pastimes. Because very few qualified people could see those pastimes and they were not distributed. Anything that is very valuable, that is not distributed, then what is the point? Like for example, Srila Gurudev used to say, I have written so many books. Like for example, one book was Bhajan Rahasya. Srila Gurudev, Bhajan is not a separate book. Bhajan Rahasya is actually the second part of Harinam Chintamani. So, Srila Gurudev said that this Harinam Chintamani book, second part, Bhajan Rahasya, when I was giving classes on Bhajan Rahasya, one Didi, Savita Didi, she noted down what I spoke on Bhajan Rasya. And then she made nice notes, and then she showed me these notes. When I saw the notes, I could not believe that I have spoken this. Then he thought that maybe Bhaktivinoda Thakur has inspired me to speak on the Bhajan Rasya. Otherwise, how can I speak such Harikatha, elevated Harikatha? So he took that notebook and he went to Cebu in Philippines. And on the shore of an ocean, I think, and he got time and then he edited that notes of Savita that he had taken and then he published that book as Bhajan Rasya. We have a book of Bhajan Rasya now. So the point I'm making here is that Bhajan Rasya is a great book, but if you don't distribute these books, we don't distribute the Origin of Ratha Yatra to others, or at least send them a message, link, website, PDF to download and read it, and then all the effort of Gurudev is in vain. Understand? So it is the duty of the disciples to distribute these books. Like for example, I was seeing the website of ISKCON Ghana. Ghana is actually the West Africa, I think. And there now they have something called Prabhupada Marathon. ISKCON has a marathon, and they distribute as many books as possible of Srila Bhakti-Vidanta Vishnu Daivata Maharaj till next year beginning. Because there will be Mokshara Ekadashi, on which the day Krishna spoke Bhagavad. So on this eve of Mokshara Ekadashi, 1 or 2 or 3 months marathon, they try to give Bhagavad Gita as it is and other books of Srila Bhakti-Vidanta Vishnu Maharaj at a concessional rate. So Srila Gurudev and Shamarana Giti also, they always encourage us to distribute Srila Gurudev's books. And always there are many concessional, they also are there. And you can also see if you can get that concession and distribute these books. I know in your country, Jamuna Didi, she also distributes, and you should all try to make an effort to distribute some books of Srila Gurudev. Because this is actually, Srila Bhakti-Raksha Maharaj wrote a very great poem. And there he said that in Navadyik pastimes, the Braja Rasa is distributed. He quotes a very nice verse. Atma Siddha Savalila Purna Saukya Lakshanam Swanubhava Mattam Nritya Kirtanatma Vantanam. Kirtanatma Vantanam. Kirtan is the way of distributing that love. So we should try to distribute this. Harinam Sankirtan is the way to distribute that love between Radha and Krishna. So for a long time, I have not bestowed unalloyed loving service to me upon the inhabitants of the world. Without such loving attachment, the existence of the material world is useless. If there is no love, actually there is no love, household is also useless. In a family setup, if the mother and father no love for children, and children have no love for mother and father, then what is this? What is the point actually? But one question was asked actually that one lady from India, an American man asked a question that what is the difference between India and America? And she said, in India we don't have to take an appointment to meet our parents. Means actually the contact between the mother and the father has become so less in the Western countries that the family is falling apart. So everything, material world will be useless if there is no love. Household also will be useless if there is no love. Everything is possible by love and affection. The Lord seldom avoids pure transcendental love, but without such pure love of God, freed from fruity activities and empiric speculation, one cannot attain perfection in life. So there is a verse actually in Sanskrit, Muktim Dadati Karachit Smana Bhakti Yoga. That Krishna may accept to give 4 types of liberation, Sahitya, Sarupya, Samipya, Salupya, Sarasti, like this. 4 types of liberation he say I can give. But he doesn't want to give this Shuddha Bhakti to anyone very easily. Understand? Because the Shuddha Bhakti is very rare. This Shuddha Bhakti is very rare. Liberation, Krishna may want to give, but Bhakti will not give. Understand? Because what happens when someone reaches Bhakti, what he does, Krishna cannot see. He will weep, he will cry, tears will flow from his eyes, he will jump, right? Like the condition of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Now this book, as it progresses, you'll see that how Chaitanya Mahaprabhu used to stand before Jagannath And when he used to stand before Jagannath, seeing Jagannath, Baldev and Subhadra, he used to think that I have come to Kurukshetra. I am seeing Krishna, I am Radha. And by the tears from his eyes, the floor of Jagannath temple is to become filled. Such tears. Then he used to go to Gambhira. They used to rub his cheeks on the wall, crying, Kothai Krishna, where is Krishna, where is Krishna? So this lamentation manifests. Evam vratas sapriya nama kirtya jatano rako drujit jotse hasatyati roditi rauti gayati madhavan nrityati lokabhaya. When someone comes to this stage of bhava, what to speak of prema on an advanced stage like Mahabhava, Mahaprabhu, what will happen to that person actually? Unbelievable. That person may sometimes weep, cry, roll on the ground. Actually, all the emotions were the director and Mahaprabhu's body were like hero and heroines. Like in a movie, there is a hero and heroine and they are directed by a director. So all these transcendental ecstasies were like directors and Mahaprabhu's limbs were like hero, heroines and actors on the stage or on a film. And Mahaprabhu's all limbs were controlled by these ecstasies. He was not in control. These ecstasies were controlling him. Understand? This will be described in future. So now this is a very important verse. Now this verse, on this verse Srila Gurudev he told, and Srila Gaur Govind Maharaj also, Sakala jagate more kare vidhi bhakti drava nai paite nai shakti. Sakala jagata, all. Sakala means all. Jagata in the regulative devotional service. Vidhi bhakti, a regulative devotional service, Braja Bhava, the feelings of those in Braja, paite to obtain, and nahi, not Shakti, the power. Everywhere in the world, people worship me according to scriptural injunctions. But simply by following such regulative principles, one cannot attain the loving sentiments of the devotees in Braja. Now, this was the mission of Srila Gurudev. Srila Gurudev always stressed that I have come to give Radhanuga Bhakti. Especially, I want to tell you that I have come to give Rupanuga Bhakti. He said, now you are okay. Now you know that, Bhakti-Vidanta Sai Maharaj told you, Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. But he said, now I have come to tell you the opposite. Krishna is not the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Forget that Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. And now you should think that he is only the son of Mother Yashoda. Because all the time if you think that he is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, then you land in Vaikuntha. Understand? Now you forget that. Because in Braj, no one accepts Krishna as the Supreme Personality of Godhead. They all accept him as, someone will think he is my son, someone will think he is my friend, someone will think he is my sweetheart. No one will think he is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Even Yashoda also. So many times, occasion came that she saw power of Krishna, but this thought never came to the Brajavasis that he is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So Vidhi Bhakti, Vaidhi Bhakti has a limitation. It can take you to Vaikuntha. Understand? But Radhanuga Bhakti can take you to Golok. And especially Rupanuga Bhakti can give you your desired goal. Aishwarya Jnanide Sava Jagata Mishrita Aishwarya Shitala Preme Nahi Mora Priya. Aishwarya Jnanide, the knowledge of the opulences, Saba, all, Jagata, the world, Mishrita, mixed. Aishwarya Shitala Preme, to love enfeebled by opulence, Nahi, there is not Mora Prita attraction. Knowing my opulences, the whole world looks upon me with awe and reverence. But devotion made feeble by such reverence does not attract me. Now this is a very important thing. You should always know this. That if all the time you are thinking Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, then that type of love cannot give satisfaction to Krishna. It cannot please Krishna too much. It can please him but attract him. He will be attracted only if you are in the mood of like Rupa Goswami, Rupa Manjari, especially Raghunath Das Goswami and our Sri Goswami. That will please him the most. That will give him the greatest satisfaction. After his appearance, Lord Krishna taught that he had not distributed the transcendental personal dealings with his devotees in Dasya, Sakhya, Vatsalya, and Madhurya. One may understand the science of Supreme Personality of Godhead from the Vedic literatures and thus become a devotee of the Lord and worship him within the regulative principles described in the scriptures. but will not know in this way how Krishna is served by the residents of Brajavati. One can understand the dealings of the Lord in Vrindavan simply by executing the ritualistic regulatory principles mentioned in the scriptures. So basically today also Sripad Dandi Maharaj called me and he said, Maharaj, there is a verse, Bharatabhyas from Vishnu Vismatabhya Jargati. And I said, Maharaj, I think Padma Puran. And I checked the reference and indeed it was from Padma Puran. It is quoted in Chaitanya Caritamrta Bhakti-Vidanta Sindhu, Bindu, Jeva, so many places this verse has been quoted. So there are two principles. Always remember Krishna and never forget him. And all the rules and regulations of rules and regulations basically. For example, give water to Tulsi, this is a rule. And what is regulation? Don't pluck Tulsi on Dwadashi or don't uproot Tulsi, this is actually regulation. So do's and don'ts. These are there. We have to follow them. I am not telling don't do Vaidhi Bhakti. Like there is one sampradaya that is Radha Vallabh, this means Heath Harimons sampradaya. They don't give any regard to Vaidhi Bhakti. They say only Raga Marga Bhakti. Raga Marga Bhakti. Say we don't follow Ekadashi, no need for us to follow any rules and regulations. Only thing is only chant Radhe Radhe and we are happy about it. But no. We have to follow regulated Bhakti. We must follow all this regulated Bhakti. Ekadashi, taking bath as much as possible after passing stool and this and that. Understand. But by following scriptural injunctions, one may enhance his appreciation for the glories of the Lord, but there is no chance for one to enter the personal dealings with him. Giving too much attention to understanding the exalted glories of the Lord reduces the chance of one's entering into personal living affairs of the Lord. So Srila Bhakti-Raksha Sridhar Maharaj calls this to be hurled down to Vaikuntha. Just like in Manas Shiksha, those who want to enter Raganuga Bhakti, then they must study Manas Shiksha. That one it is very clearly told. Na dharmam na dharmam satirana naraktam kila guru vraje radha krishna prachara paricharyam yatano sunam nandishwara sutape varam mukunda preshtate paramajasana smaramara. And we are told to serve Radha Krishna there. And Asatmana Vesha Visrajamati Sarva Dharani Tatha Mukti Vyagra Nashruka Sarvat Pakalani. Api Tattva Lakshmi Patirato Meto Vyomane Praje Radha Krishna Swarati Ganedo Tombajamana. So it is told in Manas Shiksha that even attachment to Narayan may be an hindrance to your passage to Golapura. If you are too much attached to Narayan, then you will end up in Vaikuntha, not go to Golapura. Understand? So, we should not be very attached to Narayan also. We can do pranam to Narayan thinking that he is our Krishna, but we should be attached only to Brajanandan Shamsundar Krishna. Like Gurudev says that in Vaikuntha, Krishna has a carrier, dual carrier, that is Garuda. But one time in Braja, Krishna called Shidam, and Shidam is actually the source of Garuda. So Garuda came from Shidam, and Shidam became like a Garuda, and Krishna climbed on his shoulders like a Garuda. That place is Garuda Govinda. Understand? So Gurudev says that Braj is the source of everything. Braja, the mood of awe and reverence is not applicable. So mood of awe and reverence will take you to Vaikuntha. So we will have to come to some point where we give up the mood of awe and reverence gradually. Everything is about association. We should associate with Vaishnavas properly. In living in a Matha situation also, sometimes you see that one brahmachari was there and he was living in Chennai Gaudiya Math. And Bharati Maharaj writes about it. And then Bhakti-Vidanta Madhava Maharaj, his name was Hagri Brahmachari, and Bhakti-Vidanta Maharaj, both of them observed this brahmachari. And this brahmachari was living aloof from everyone, he was not talking to anyone. So then they realized that there is some problem. So then he asked the brahmachari, why you don't associate with other devotees? They say that the other devotees engage in bhajal poa and some mundane talks, so I don't want to associate with them. But Srila Bhakti-Vidanta Maharaj said it's okay. Sometimes to joke with our friends, God brothers, and sometimes even some material talks are all okay. But if you remain aloof like this, you will not last long here. And that is what happened. A letter came from his mother and he went to marry a girl. Then after getting married, he realized that what problem he has fallen into. But anyway, he passed many years. Maybe when he becomes 60 or 65, he again joined the mud as a vanaprastha. Because he knew that he has wasted his life. Unnecessarily getting married. So the point here is that we should have favorable association. But if you always associate with those who are from that, those who are attached to Narayan or Ram, they will become like them. So we should have association which is like-minded. Sajatiya Sadhu Sangho Radambai. Association should be with the like-minded devotees. Aishwarya Jnani Vidhi Bhajana Kariya Vaikuntha Lokaya Chaturvida Mukti Paya. Like Srila Gurudev, when he used to go to some temples, like Srila Goravan Maharaj also, I used to see that they are putting peacock feather on Gaur Nitai. Then he said, what is this? Why you are putting peacock feather on Gaur Nitai? Especially Gauranga. Because Gauranga is in the mood of Krishna or Radharani. He is in the mood of Radharani. Why would he put peacock feather? Why you are disturbing his mood? Understand? So therefore, some names were given to deities like Dwarkadish. Then Gurudev said that this is not the right mood for right name for the deity to give Rukmini Dwarkadish or Radha Partha Sarthi, because we are not devotees of Partha Sarthi Krishna who gave instructions to us enough. We are devotees of Rajananda Shamsundar Krishna. And we are not interested in Rukmini and Dwarkadish. That is not a mood. We do pranam to them millions and millions of times, but we want to worship their Amshi, the source of Dwarkadish, that is Vrajanandan Shamsundar Krishna, the Hoshta personality of God. But Aishwarya Jnani, in the knowledge of opulence, Vidhi, according to rules and regulations, Bhajana, worship, Kariya, doing Vaikuntha gate, to the Vaikuntha chai, they got Chaturvida, 4 kinds of mukti, liberation. It is told that by performing such regulated devotional service in awe and veneration, one may go to Vaikuntha and attain the 4 kinds of liberation. If you want Sarupya Mukti, the form like Narayan, 4-arm form, or Sarupya Salokya, same planet, living on the same planet as Narayan, then you can do this Vaidhi Bhakti. But if you want going beyond Vaikuntha, based on Bharat Bhagavatam Pratham Parshra Gurudev, and then you realize, Gurudev especially, his speciality was Raganuga Bhakti. He always used to speak Raganuga Bhakti. Always. He also outlined the regulated Bhakti and rules and regulations, everything he taught. But especially he said that you must know that you must have to do Raganuga Bhakti, if now or later. Because simply if you are doing Vaidhi Bhakti, you will land either in Dwarka, you will become a queen of Krishna, or you will go to Vaikuntha to be an associate. Like Rakta, like Garuda and all. Understand? You cannot go to Golok Vrindavan unless you develop the Raganuga Bhakti mood. So, this is very important. We'll stop here now. We have stopped at the verse number 18 of chapter 3. We are present at a very nice place. This is a very good chapter, very, very important chapter, especially for new devotees. And even for the senior devotees also, if they read it again and again, they have to strengthen their faith with Raganuga Bhakti, Ragamarga Bhakti. So we should again and again study this book. Swami Maharaj on the Tirutha was studying this book, and he felt very effective. So this one book is actually a essence in some total of the books in the world. This one book is preserved, and even if all the books are lost, still Maharaj, Bhakti-Vidanta Vishnu Daivata is a very important. Hare Krishna. If anyone has any comments or questions, please ask. Hare Krishna. Hare Bol, Hare Bol. All right. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, and thank you for your time. And So thank you, dear devotees. If there's no questions, we'll end here. Maharaj, Jai Diwani, please. Thank you, Hare Krishna.
जय जय श्री शिव गौरांग अंदर का गिरधारी श्री राधा जी की जय शीतला प्रचंड शिष्य भक्तिदान नारायण कृष्ण महाराज की जय राम विष्णु विष्णुपाद शिष्य भक्ति वेदांत स्वामी महाराज की जय मिथिला विष्णु विष्णुपाद श्रीमद भक्ति प्रज्ञान केशव गोस्वामी महाराज की जय सपरिकर गुरु श्री भक्ति सिद्धांत सरस्वती गोस्वामी प्रभुपाद ठाकुर की जय मिथिला विष्णु विष्णुपाद शिष्य भक्ति वामन गोस्वामी महाराज की जय मिथिला विष्णु विष्णुपाद शिष्य भक्तिदान विक्रम गोस्वामी महाराज की जय सपरिकर श्री भक्ति सिद्धांत सरस्वती गोस्वामी प्रभुपाद ठाकुर की जय प्रेम से गौ श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद की जय जय श्री राधा कृष्ण गोपी गोवर्धन द्वारशनाथ मंडल की जय गंगा जमुना तुलसी देवी की जय श्री जगन्नाथ बलदेव सुभद्रा चक्रवर्ती की जय सर्व विघ्न विनाशन भक्ति विघ्न विनाशन नृसिंहदेव भगवान की जय भक्त प्रहलाद महाराज की जय चारों संप्रदाय की जय चारों आचार्य की जय चारों गांवों की जय यहाँ पर मठ राज चैतन्य मठ की जय केशरी गौड़ी मठ की जय रुचनाथ गौड़ी मठ की जय गिरधारी गौड़ी मठ की जय रोणगारी गौड़ी मठ की जय रघुनाथ गौड़ी मठ की जय ज्ञान शाखा मठ समूह की जय हरिनाम संकीर्तन की जय अनंत कोटि वैष्णव की जय त्रिंडी स्वामी शिष्य भक्ति महाराज की जय नाम संत श्री अनुरुद्धास प्रभु की जय मठेर श्री गुरु की जय दामोदर श्री भक्त वृंद की जय विदाई गौर प्रेमानंदे हरि हरि बोल क्षमा करो दया करो करुणा रक्षा करो गुरुदेव गुरु चतुराय राधिकाय दालय कृष्णाय कृष्ण भक्ताय तद्भक्ताय नमो नमः आनंद कोटि वैष्णव। थैंक यू सो मच। हरे कृष्ण हरे
Hare Krishna. Sripad Bhakti-Vidanta Vishnu Daivata Maharaj ki Jai. Thank you, dear devotees, for joining today. And we'll see you all tomorrow for Sripad Bhakti-Vidanta Dandi Maharaj's class, 12 p.m. So, and then we'll see Sripad Bhakti-Vidanta Vishnu Daivata Maharaj again on Sunday with Bhagavad Gita as it is at 8 p.m. Thank you. Hare Krishna. Dandavat from Panchakalpat Sripyasya. Kripasindhubhyo vacha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavabhyo namo namaha.
परिदानां पावनेभ्यो विष्णुदेभ्यो नमः। जय विशाखा की जय। थैंक यू।
Thank you.
हरे कृष्ण।
Thank you, Maharaj. Dandavat.
हरे
Thank you,
कृष्ण।
dear devotees, for joining. Hare Krishna.